Count Dodo. The princess doesn't seem to appreciate your valor. You saved our city. Please, allow me to demonstrate my gratitude.
Later, perhaps. Where does your husband think you are tonight?
My husband will be too drunk to even care.
I almost believe you.
The princess will not speak with you tonight.
She will speak with me. Eventually. My father will insist.
She seems very boring. So moral. So good. It is very tedious. You would soon tire of her. Believe me.
Perhaps. But then again, breaking her could be interesting.
Is there a way that I could keep your interest?
Come. We will see. If you would, submit.
To what?
To being chained up and whipped. Of course, I will allow you to choose the whip. Some are more severe than others. You will always be able to call a halt, though I would prefer to decide myself. It would keep my interest. Undoubtedly. Tell me what to strike. Say strike.
Strike.
So, after today, it seems I have two reasons to be pleased. Firstly, Duke Rollo's sound and interesting advice for the protection of Paris. And then secondly, Princess Gisla's horror at marrying him. I'm sure she will soon seek to have the marriage annulled, on the grounds that it was never consummated, whether that is true or not.
I have to ask, Count, whether you're not bitter that the Emperor is claiming all of the credit for saving Paris.
Of course. I confess the sight of that little man basking in the glow of his success makes me feel physically ill. Especially when I recall how cowardly he was during the siege. You remember that, don't you?
Paris deserves a much stronger, braver Emperor. Let me drink to him. Tell me. Do you think that his daughter is really any braver than he is?
What do you mean? She was brave enough to fetch the Oriflame?
Your desire clouded your judgment. For she is clearly not what you suppose her to be. And, frankly, a man brave enough to be emperor is a consort with real iron in her soul.
This is more of a brute than we have used before. And it will hurt you more. Are you sure?
The Count, for all his jealousy, he's impressed by our Northman. Our new Duke, Rollo. He spoke about him a great deal.
Did he speak of anyone else?
He spoke of the Emperor.
Was he indiscreet?
He talked of his utter contempt of the Emperor. Is that indiscreet?
I must congratulate you on extracting such useful information. Though, of course, I regret the price you have to pay to get it. Now, see if you can find out anything else about Odo, which will discredit him in the Emperor's eyes. Then, when the time is right, I will inform His Imperial Highness of the duplicity and treachery of his high and most trusted servant.
And then
Let the cards fall as they may.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
You asked for a private audience. Why?
Your Highness, forgive me. I am reluctant to discuss matters which relate directly to my superior.
You mean Count Odo? Then absolve yourself of any guilt and just say what you have to say.
Highness, I am troubled that you always trust his word.
Why? Should I not trust his word?
Because he is not always worth believing.
Why, pray, is he not worth believing?
Because he is ambitious. Ambitious beyond ambitious. So that even an emperor's crown would not sit untidily upon his head.
An emperor's crown. I cannot believe it. What are you saying? Do you have any proof of this?
I have the word of his mistress. And as your highness knows, a man will always divulge the truth first to his mistress, and only afterwards, if at all, to his wife.
Very well. Let me talk to his mistress. For God's sake! How should I trust the evidence of this woman?
Because this woman is my sister.
Is it true?
Yes, Your Highness.
And does Count Odo talk freely of his ambitions?
Yes, he does. Very freely.
His ambition to replace me. To become Emperor.
Yes, exactly. His ambition to become Emperor.
Then I beg you, please, stay close to Count Odo. Report to me anything which might signal his treachery. Now go, leave me!
Of course he will betray us if he can. Paris must never be left to the mercies of a pagan.
I thought he had become a Christian.
Do you really believe that? Is it really possible? Personally, I don't think so. When Ragnar appears, when his brother appears, is it not likely that our Duke Rollo will embrace him? Don't you think they might have already planned these things?
I thought you needed him to fight with you.
I was wrong. He was useful to us early on. I would have got rid of him subsequently. You see, these are precisely the decisions an emperor must make if he wishes to keep his throne.
Are you ready for me to undress?
Andres. No, not tonight. I will train you up, just as you are.
If that is your will. You're treated very badly. The Emperor fawns upon the Northmen. He should trust you more.
He should trust me above the Northmen. He does not know who to trust. He's an idiot. I have lost all faith.
What will you do?
Do I have your permission?
Yes. What will you do?
I will save Paris a second time. I do not need Rollo, I will do it myself.
And then?
And then... I will organize a coup against the Emperor. I will have him killed and I will replace him.
You will be the Emperor.
Yes, I will be the Emperor. Long live the Emperor!
I love it. Long live the Emperor. Long live the Emperor. I have not seen you for a long time. I suppose you're bored with me.
You are very amusing, Therese. But I was busy fighting the Northmen. Did nobody tell you?
Of course they told me. You are a great hero. But still, since you returned to the city, you've made no effort to see me. And in the meantime, I've had an interesting idea.
What idea?
I thought for once, you might like me to whip you. Of course, you can choose the whip, and you will always be able to tell me when to stop. But I would prefer to decide that for myself.
You're right. The idea appeals.
Are you ready?
Yes. Strike. Harder.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, much harder. I barely felt that. No, no, no. Harder.
If you insist.
Roland,
Poor Odo. Who would have thought?
how could you? You're like a son to me.
Really?
No, Roland. No, I beg you. Oh, please. No.
Wait. Come here. Why did you look at me that way? In that fashion? Why should you pity me?
I think you carry a terrible burden. And you carry it alone.
And may you continue to serve us faithfully as before.
I am honored and humbled, and ready to sacrifice myself at any moment for your Highness's greater glory.
You may all leave, content in my good graces. Except for you, Count Roland. Stay a moment. Even as we sit here, eating and drinking, Duke Rollo and our forces are engaged with the enemy.
I know. And I have made every effort to make sure that if the Duke should fail, Paris will still be well defended. Your Highness should be assured that you are not completely dependent upon a Northman.
I rather like being dependent on a Northman. They tend to tell the truth.
Your grandfather warned against them. He said they were the greatest threat against his empire.
My grandfather, wise as he was, great as he was, did not understand everything. Times change.
But the threat of the Northmen remains.
Of course it remains pour Roland. And yet, I trust Duke Rollo. I trust him completely. I have his heart, and he has mine.
He has your heart.
Yes, he has my heart.
Don't be so stupid.
Ah, there's the truth. I am stupid after all. And not as I thought, merely weak, merely vacillating, indecisive. It has indeed taken me a long time to understand who my real friends truly are. Now, we must have something to finish our meal.
I'm not hungry.
It doesn't matter, Count Roland. Where you and your bitch are going, you can eat angel's wings.